Welcome to another amazing edition of Team Forever Pink Live. Kyle Hammondtree, Ruby Ambassador, and Julie Mallon coming to you straight from Phoenix, Arizona. Well, there she was. She's now not in the shot, so it doesn't make any sense. She's there, then she's not, then she's there, she's not. No, it's fine. So we wanted to jump right into training tonight. We're really excited to have you with us, and we wanted to give you some tips, motivation, exciting stuff to get you going, get you started on this week, and get things rolling. So the thing that I wanted to talk about, I watched this awesome video by Eric Worre, who's the author of GoPro, and he's also an awesome network marketing advocate and trainer and professional. And he really brings a lot of professionalism into the business, and that's his main tagline, is to be a professional in your network marketing. And the video I watched today was about 5 ways to never run out of prospects, or 5 ways to never exhaust your prospect list. And actually, I guess start that off by saying you have to have a prospect list. That is one of the key elements to getting your business rolling, is to sit down and empty your brain on paper, all the contacts that you have. Just get them out. Anyone you can think of, mailman, hairdresser, kid's teacher, your best friend, your mom, your sister, your brother, your uncle. Just get them all on paper so that you can get those people out of your brain, so that you're not thinking, oh, should I tell them? Shouldn't I tell them? What do they think? Are they going to judge me? Just get them on paper and get them out there and get them on the list. Just make the list. That's all it is. It's just a list. You don't have to sit down and then call and email all of these people on the list. So don't have an anxiety attack right away. We're just writing down names of people you know. That's all you have to do. So that's number 1. He offered up a really cool freebie in the video. So you can go to networkmarketingpro.com/memory jogger. So all one word. And I'll post this on the team page so you don't have to remember this. But it is his incredible memory jogger PDF. It's multiple pages to help you really dig deep into how many people you really know, because we all think we ran out of people and we don't know anyone, but there's tons of people out there. So you can go to that and use it. Also, we have the Franks method that's outlined in all of your training stuff, and it's in the team page as well in the files. So definitely utilize either of those methods, and we'll post the memory jogger on the team page later tonight. But use that to write down as many people as you can. Step 2, constantly be expanding this list. That is also a key to growing your business, because if you're networking and you're growing your business list, your contact list every day, you can add 2 people. And again, these are just people that you come into contact with. If you finally make an effort to talk to one of your kids' parents, friends, like the parent of a kid that's your kid's friend, and you finally talk to them, put them on the list. It doesn't mean that you're going to headhunter go after them as a Plexus ambassador. Just put them on the list as a contact so that you know that you have. It's like having a Rolodex. Back in the day when we didn't have cell phone contact lists, you're literally making a manual list of contacts. And these are all people that you could potentially talk to about your business if the timing was right and if the conversation was right. But shoot for 2 a day. And add 2 people to your list every day, whether that's going through, an old yearbook, or going through your Facebook friends list, or, going through the kids directory at school. Just people that you've oh yeah, I talked to her the other day. Put her on the list. It's very simple. Just put them on the list. So number 3 is a real big mental exercise. I want you to raise your awareness when you're out and about. And this goes back to building your list. You can raise your awareness when you're out and about at a restaurant, and you get exceptional service from the wait staff, you can make a contact with that person. Don't just, bark orders at the waiter and say, oh, you forgot my salsa. If they're providing you excellent service, recognize that. If you go to a shoe store or the mall or ice cream shop and you notice something different about a specific person, acknowledge it. Give them your business card. That's why you bought 500 or 1,000 business cards. They don't do any good if they're sitting in your nightstand. You have to put them in your purse or put them in your wallet and take them with you places and then give them to people. They don't work. It's a stupid investment if you're not going to use them. So use those as a networking tool. Like, hey, you provided excellent service. I was really impressed with how you overcame that jerk over there that was really giving it to you. I'm looking for people with amazing customer service skills in my business. I don't know if it's right for you right now, but here's my card. I'd love to get your contact information, or heck, are you on Facebook? And shoot me a friend request, and connect. And then you're not going to puke plexus on them. You're just going to leave it at that. You're just making a contact. No big deal. And of course, this is stepping out of a lot of people's comfort zones, but sometimes that's what it takes. And this expansion of your awareness in public is just something that can help you grow as a person, so that you're not walking down the street with your blinders on, or walking through the mall or the restaurant with your blinders on. There's a whole world of people out there that you can experience and interact with and start conversations with. And people have gotten so far away from that because we're all staring at our phones at every free minute that we're not driving or eating. We got the phone in our hands, but you put the phone down and actually interact with other people. It's kind of fun. You get to know a lot of things, and you get to network, in this business that we're in called network marketing. It works really well if you network with real people. So again, to recap, number 1, make your list. Number 2, constantly grow the list. Number 3, raise your awareness, kind of like raise your eyes, pay attention to the world around you. Number 4, don't prejudge anyone. This is also a mental exercise. As you're building your list for step 1, a lot of you, myself included, definitely guilty of this, will say, oh, they don't need it. They've got plenty of money. He's a lawyer. She's been staying at home for years. They don't need extra money. You don't know their financial situation. You don't know if he's been a lawyer for 10 years and he's bored with it and he's looking for something to challenge him. You don't know if she feels guilty for being a stay-at-home mom and wants to contribute financially. You don't know. Don't prejudge. Put them on the list. It's just going on the list. It's just a conversation that you can have. You never know what somebody's going through. So you may have already talked to somebody this week and they told you that everything was great, and so you didn't feel like it was an appropriate time to bring up your business opportunity or the products. But it turns out that they went home that night and they were like, man, I really wish she would have brought that up, because I was kind of interested, but I didn't know how to say it. So don't prejudge people. Don't assume that they don't want it. The worst they're going to say is no, right? So all you have to do is present it in a tactful way that makes it seem like, hey, I think you'd be great at this because of X, Y, and Z. And they say, oh, thank you. I appreciate it. I'd never even considered it. I'd have to look into it. And that's fine. Conversation can stop right there. But at least you took the first step. And assume that they just don't want to hear it. So number 4, don't prejudge anyone. And the last thing is network on purpose. So as you go through life, get involved in as many things as you can. If you can be, the room mom or the room dad for your kid's class, volunteer for it. Network with those other parents and the teacher for that matter. If you can join something that you're interested in, like a book club, a Bible study, a knitting club. I don't know. Do those exist anymore? I don't know. Anything that you can join. Be friends, like be proactive about talking to the parents on your kid's soccer team. Don't just all sit in the corner huddled up. It's windy and cold, and I'm just gonna, talk to them. Like, oh my gosh, look at them, they're doing so good. Just interact with people. I mean, this is more about being a good person than being a good business person at this point. You're just talking to people, being a person, even if you're an introvert. This may feel like a sweaty round of exercise when you're out and about and putting yourself out there like this. Just go home and change your shirt afterwards. The pit stains, nobody cares. You're going to be sweaty. I'm sweating right now. I don't like doing this. This is, like if you could see through the camera, I don't think you can, but like I'm sweating. This stuff, I put on a good face, but in reality, this is a little nerve-wracking. So anyway, get out there, join a group, join a business group, join a social group, volunteer. You always hear about how all these wealthy people are out there volunteering and donating and doing all these charitable events. Go volunteer at a charitable event and network with those people. You don't have to stand there in the corner and be quiet. Talk to them, introduce yourself. Again, don't puke your business opportunity on them right then, but just get your name out there, find a way to talk to people. So anyway, that's the other thing. Network on purpose, get out there and do more than just be a fly on the wall or sit in the corner. So those are my top 5 ways for you to really help continually grow your prospect list and never run out of people to talk to. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Julie, and she's going to give us some amazing information.
Okay. Kyle, this is really awkward to do, especially I feel like since we can't see you all, so it kind of just feels like I'm talking to Kyle.
Which isn't so bad.
We're friends and we work together, but it's still kind of awkward. So what I wanted to talk about today was, I just want to give you a little bit of love and inspiration. I know it's really, today, I don't know why, on Mondays when we have this team call, my inbox is always blowing up. And I'm like, please let it be somebody telling me something good. Let me have a new customer telling me they are like in love with these products. And sometimes that happens, but sometimes I've not done a good job of setting the expectations for my customers or ambassadors, and they have complaints. And my favorite ones, they didn't work. Well, friend, what didn't work? I mean, they're vitamins and probiotics, and they do amazing things for people who take them and use them correctly. But I think it's important that we are setting our expectations for our customers and telling them, yes, we have an amazing multivitamin. Yes, we have an amazing probiotic, and there's really special features about them, and they're incredible and GMO and all this good stuff. But at the end of the day, they're not a magic pill. And if they were, I wouldn't have anything to do with them. So, I just think it's important to have that conversation, as much as everybody's trying to get a quick, like, tell me real quick what it is. Tell me how much it is. All I want to know is, what is it going to do for me and how much does it cost? Get them on the phone and say, what is your lifestyle like? What are your goals? What are you trying to get to? And are you willing to do any kind of work to get there? Or do you just want to take a magic pill and do the work for you? Because if that's the case, this is not for you. And it is okay to tell people, like, this isn't what you want it to be. You're going to be disappointed. And when you are ready, when you've tried all the other magic pill options and you're ready to actually like give it some work, come back and talk to me, because we have some amazing stuff, but they are tools. They are tools to use to help you on your health journey to make some lifestyle changes. The other thing I see people getting, and don't like, that gets me down. I hate it when I have customers telling me these amazing products don't work, because I know how much better I feel when I take them. I notice a difference when I don't. So the idea that people just don't get it, to me, is kind of mind blowing, but it happens. But that's not your problem, honestly. You set your expectations. You can't control what other people do or think or feel, and you can't let that get you down. The other thing is, so I'm sure it gets other people down, is ambassadors bailing or just not participating. And we can't, we don't know what's going on in other people's lives. I know sometimes Kyle's probably like, what is Julie doing? I haven't seen her post in days. I don't know, if she's still doing it, if she's about to quit on me or what. Sometimes people get busy. And all you can really do is, I know we all want to find that one rock star who's just gonna light it to the top. That would be really sweet. But very rarely do they exist. And I think a better plan of attack is to not wait for that rock star to come along, and just be your own freaking rock star. Do the work yourself. Decide that this is what you're going to do. Make the decision. That's like what Eric Worre said. I watched a video too, Don, and you just have to make a decision. Why are you doing this? And what do you want to get out of it? I know exactly what I want. I can see it perfectly in my head because I have it written on my bathroom mirror. I see it every day. I know exactly what I want out of this. And I know that, you know, it matters to me. It's important to me that what I'm doing isn't hurting anyone, and it's not. It's helping a lot of people. And it's important to me that the company I'm doing this with has integrity, and they absolutely do. So, those are kind of two key things. Make sure I'm helping and not hurting people, and make sure that the company I'm working with has integrity and does what they say they're going to do. And those things are in place. So all I need is to keep myself from getting discouraged by setting expectations for my customers, and by communicating with my ambassadors what it really takes to make it in this business. It's not going to happen overnight for most people. It is a good amount of work, and you're going to get what you you're going to get out of. I think another way to not get discouraged and overwhelmed with our ambassadors, and just completely bogged down with messages, is to teach our ambassadors to duplicate. And included in that is teach them how to figure it out for themselves, because you could sit and answer messages and questions all day long about back office stuff and orders and whatever. Teach your ambassadors when they come on where the tools are on your team page. On our team page, they're in the files section. Kyle has made an amazing information heaven of all things Plexus in the files tab. Show them where that is. And if they ask you a question, say, did you look in the files tab yet? Because otherwise you're going to get really sick of answering questions all day, and it's going to start to feel like a real job. And it shouldn't. It should be fun, because you're just helping people and talking to people and making connections and making friends and making money with your friends. So that's, I think, some important things about how to not get discouraged. Make sure your why is written down. Make sure it is a clear picture in your head, and make it bigger. Make it bigger than just, oh, I want to be able to, pay my car payment. I want to be able to pay off some debt. It can be a huge why. It should be a huge why, or you are going to get sick of something's going to push you over the edge, and you're going to quit. And then you're going to watch me, and you're going to watch Kyle still trucking here in a few years up at the top, and be like, man, I wish I wouldn't have given up. And the thing that keeps you from giving up is the size of your why. So make it big, put it where you can see it every day, and stay focused. Make taking care of yourself part of your daily routine. If you don't feel good, if you're rushing around and you don't have any sort of routine in your life, it's like kids, right? Kids need a lot of structure. They might act like they want freedom. They are so much happier with structure. So give yourself the same thing. Wake up an hour extra early, do some yoga, go to the gym, drink some water, make yourself breakfast, drink your Slim, and really listen to something that inspires you or read something that inspires you and make your first post of the day something intentional and heartfelt and something is going to touch people, because the responses you get from that are going to keep you motivated for the rest of the day and thinking about who liked that and what about that post touched them. You're not going to write inspired, personal, touching posts if you are running around like a crazy person, if you're just copy and pasting everybody else's post, if you're just clicking the share button because that's what's easy. You need to find the time to invest in yourself, read some books, do some self development, because that's really, 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 truly how people in this business are successful. You don't see our leader, Talina, sitting on a beach somewhere, drinking her cocktail. That girl made herself a why so big it got her a baby from somebody. I mean, that sounds crazy. She's a perfect example of why people get into this business who are passionate about helping other people and why they're successful. She had a huge why, and now she's living it. And we all get to enjoy that, but I want to be there too. I know Kyle does. I know you do too. If you're watching this, I know you want it. So, yeah, I think self-care is really important. I think making the time every day. Don't make the time so that you can post on Facebook about Plexus. Make it so that you can invest that time in yourself so that you feel good, so that you can pay attention to what's going on in your life and how your body feels. And I don't know, just do the work on yourself because it's going to pay off. And if you have to be your own rock star because it's silly to sit around and wait somebody else to do the work for you, then you should develop yourself into somebody people are going to want to watch and people are going to follow and people are inspired by. And you're not going to do that by watching what everybody else is doing. To watch these videos, whatever, get inspired. But I think it's important to put the work in on yourself and figure out what makes you happy so that you can brand yourself, so that your smile becomes your brand and your how you make people feel is your logo, and that all that business. You make people feel a certain way, they're going to want to listen to you and follow you and see what you are doing. That's why they're going to join your team, not because you sold them something that maybe does or does work, but it does. So that's all I have for today.
I absolutely love that. Definitely. Big why. Oh, I love it. Don't get discouraged. Take time for personal growth and development. I mean, that's just like, it sums up everything. I was taking notes.
Moms run this business. All right, Kyle too. Stay at home dads, but moms put everybody before themselves. And what is going to make you stand out more than being a mom who somehow has time to have it together and have her own business? That's impressive.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, your friends are watching. I mean, obviously. So be somebody that they want to emulate, be somebody that they want to be, and they want to be friends with, and they want to do what you're doing, inspire someone. But that all starts with you. So definitely work on you, take time for you, develop you first. And then everybody will notice and they'll come running, come chase you down the street. Awesome. Well, thank you, Julie, very much. And thank everyone who is watching live and who will watch later on for another edition of Team Forever Pink Live. This is Kyle and Julie signing off.
Bye.
Have a great week, everyone.